Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to another video. My name is Lance, and today I'm going to be giving you your Skiff license. Let's get right into it. Alright, let's start off with the basics. The Skiff is one of the most useful and versatile things that you can use. You can use it for farming, you can use it for scouting, you can use it for PvP. It's pretty good all around and carries a decent amount of HP. When you first get on a Skiff, some things that you'll notice is it has a hovering and a flying mode. You can go into these by toggling A or your crouch button, and then whenever you hit left trigger, you go into a tractor beam mode. By using this, you can pick things and move around with it kind of like a claw game, or you can reel them in so that way you can carry them in a third-person view. The Skiff also has another ability. If you use your aim button like you did to pick it, then it brings it into a blue tractor beam mode. If you click it again, then the tractor beam turns green and you're able to move your creature around kind of like a claw game. This makes it really easy to soak bases because you can hold it off to the side and stay above their base the entire time hovering. Or if you're farming with an Anki or a Dotted, you can kind of move it to wherever the resources are so that way they can continually farm. Skiffs already have an incredible amount of weight, so if you use a dino that has weight reduction with whatever resource you're farming, it makes it way easier to black box it. Now once again, if you hit your aim button, it brings the dino into a blue tractor beam mode. This makes it where you can move around with the dino in the exact same spot. If you ever want to drop whatever you're carrying, all you gotta do is simply hit your attack button. It'll drop it wherever it's at or anyone that you might have picked. Now let's talk about enemy players. All you do is bring your tractor beam up, and if you're looking relatively near it, it'll go ahead and automatically lock onto them, making it where you can pick it. Once you have an enemy or wild dino picked, sadly you can't move it around like I did with the wyvern. The only thing you can do is reel it all the way in and hold it under the Skiff, so that way you can either take it back to your base or just see what level it is and knock it out there. Once you have the dino picked where you want to tame it, all you gotta do is simply hop off and pull out something to start knocking it out with. Sadly, because I was recording this video on unofficial and they do not allow structures on Skiffs, I wasn't able to place any, but one thing that you can do to make the Skiff very overpowered is put a box over the driver's seat like you would a racer. I would not recommend building any more structures besides that, because if they do damage to the structures built on your Skiff, it does damage to the Skiff itself. Now let's talk about how to counter the Skiff. One of the first things that you can do is tech punch it, which forces it to land, making it super easy to attack. Another thing you can do is, while you're being reeled in, if you're quick enough and have tribe mates ready, all you have to do is simply log out and it'll cut the tractor beam and make you just fall to the ground. If you do not log back in quick enough, it does make you an easy target to just LB, but in a last case scenario, it's something that you can use. And if you would like to land the Skiff, you can do so by just simply double tapping the crouch button. Another super effective way to counter the Skiff is keeping a hover sail on you. If you pop one before you get skiffed, or if you're just riding one, it makes it impossible to skiff you. Another extremely effective way to get out of a Skiff pick is if you use grapples. You can either grapple to the ground or grapple to the Skiff itself, but one thing about it is you can repeatedly get skiffed. So if you do grapple out and do not get away quick enough, you will repeatedly get picked by the Skiff until they take you into turrets or wherever they want to. One thing I'd recommend is either try to tech suit away or stay above the Skiff where you can't get picked. Another super effective way to counter a Skiff is if you hide right under the driver's seat. Whenever you do this, you can either tech punch it down and tech rifle it, or you can just stand up and fight the player itself. This is what it'll look like from your opponent's perspective with no tech helmet on.
That's crazy, you can't even see him there.
Another way to make the Skiff extremely overpowered is if you start adding dinos on top of it. You can add void wyverns so that way you can stun people off their tames and then skiff their player directly off, or what you can do is also keep a mana on it. If you keep a mana on top of the Skiff, all you gotta do is fly up to things and freeze it, and then it makes it super easy to skiff because they're frozen in the air. One of the main things that you gotta worry about when on a skiff is tech rifles and tech bows with explosive arrows on insta hit. Those do a lot of damage to the skiff quickly, but one way to counter that is if you start throwing them in the air. I had a tribe mate that was so good on a skiff, he was able to skiff people, throw them in the air, and then re-catch them, skiff them again, toss them in the air, and just repeatedly do that all the way till he takes them to turrets. Skiffs are a great support role if played correctly, and they make it for making easy kits like this. That's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoy or learned something new. If you did, go ahead and leave a like and sub on your way out, and I'll see you in the next one.